Wagwan traders, yeah, the traders here again, man. So, as you know, I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So, as you can see here with Mullen, let me make my chart a little bit bigger for those guys that are on their cell phones. As you can see here, Mullen has failed the resistance test. The resistance test is at 32. So Mullen did not get above the 32. It actually pushed up a little bit above it, then came right back down to the 32. So I'd said to you guys, watch and see what Mullen does. If if it goes to the 32 and maintains it, then it will be looking at a push up. But it has failed that resistance test, and it's pulling back down to possibly the older resistance, which is at 26. So the issue with Mullen, I think it's a matter of how the company had treated their filing. I said this before. So if the filing was due last Friday, if they had filed, for example, pre-market last Friday, then that would be regarded as a positive sign for the company. But the company actually waited until market close, then file, let's put it this way, 1 minute before the deadline. So the deadline was 5:30 p.m. So this is kind of viewed as a negative sign for the company. Not that maybe the company did anything wrong, but it's a matter of timing. The optics didn't look good, guys. So let's, focus on what the chart is saying here now. So based on what I'm seeing, it's gonna pull back to the old resistance. We had this old resistance back. I think this was around November thereabouts. I'm trying to get this up. So this was November 7th. We had this old resistance here, which we fought all the way through, and we had broken the resistance at that time, but it's now back down to this level at 26. So we want to see it maintain that level, guys. Hold that little support here, which is was an old support. Sorry, I keep saying resistance. It was an old support. So the good news is that we're still within our trend line here. That yellow trend line that I drew, this diagonal trend line, we are still within that trend line. But what Mullen needs right now is even a little bit of positive news. So I don't think, the company is doing a good PR job in terms of, letting persons know what's happening with the company. They're basically just silent. So the stock is coming down. So let's take a look and see what's going on with Yahoo Finance. Oh, I should also mention the RSI is still at the oversold territory, as you can see here. So chances are, if volume comes in, that is what we need, volume to come in to actually push the stock back up. So let's take a look at what's going on with Yahoo Finance. So the stock came down 6% yesterday, then another 4% pre-market. The market cap was, I think it was around 500 million yesterday. Now it's at 475, so there's a little bit of sell-off. The average volume is at 228, while the volume that came in was 184. So the volume has died down a little bit, guys. Also, in looking at the entire stock market, I'm going to look at the comps here. Most stocks were red yesterday, guys. We got a little push up and then it came down, guys. So look at the comps to Mullen. Arrival down 26%. Remember, we had seen Arrival push up by almost 20% last week. Now it's now falling, on almost on a daily basis. Lucid just pushing up a little bit. Neo, it failed the $12 test. I was hoping at least it would at least try to retest the $12. It failed it, and that $12 test is critical for Neo, guys, because I'll show you guys shortly. But as I had mentioned, it has to break that $12 in order to start showing an upward trend. And then expand down, review down. Alright, so let's go back to the chart. So before I move over to the options, let me just change this a little bit here, and I'm going to show you NEO quickly. So if you recall, I had said NEO need to break this downward trend. So it looks like it's going to fail it right here, this downward trend. And I drew this downward trend line 2 years ago, guys. So this is the only hope NEO has in terms of breaking out of that downward trend. So I'm going to switch back to Muln. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the options, what the options is saying from Muln. Alright, so call volume. So today is like a D-Day for NEO. So exactly tomorrow is the last trading day for the week. So we're hoping that the call volume would pick up by now, but it's basically low compared to where we wanted it to be in terms of call volume. And if you look at the open interest, this open interest had been there for the past 2-3 weeks, 85,000 open interest. That means persons were expecting that the stock would run up by tomorrow. So based on the low volume and based on the fact that we need volume for the stock to run, there's a chance that by tomorrow we have 85,000 times each of these call options represents 100 stocks. So if we multiply 100 by 85,000, we get 8 million. So if it expires tomorrow and the stock doesn't run up, you're going to have 8 million in terms of market share. That will be expired and will drop off in terms of the shares that are bought. So let's see what happens between today and tomorrow, guys. We need the volume to come in, okay, for the stock to move back up. Next week the volume is low, that would be lower, and then for the other week volume is at 12,000. So expectation is it's gonna be a very short expectation between today and tomorrow, guys, for the stock to start running again. So as I said, giving you the good, the bad, and the ugly, guys. So that's kind of where we're at with Muln. If you guys believe in the stock for long term, then this is a good opportunity for persons to get in at a cheaper price. This is not financial advice, but you gotta take a look and see what the stock is doing. All right, so as usual, that's just a quick little update for today, guys. And if you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe and give me the thumbs up if you want me to continue giving you all these early morning tips. Okay, take care, guys. Until the next time.